You ever heard of putting a river in a box? Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we're going to look at a groundbreaking technology out of Peru that pretty much does exactly that. It's called Stilar Energy's portable power plant. So let's just start with this. What if the biggest power users out there, I'm talking mining operations, massive data centers, what if they could just unplug, generate all their own clean, reliable power right there in their own backyard? I mean, just think about what that does for costs, for carbon emissions, for energy independence. It's a total game changer of an idea. And to really get why this is such a big deal, we gotta understand the problem Stiller is trying to solve. It's this huge challenge, this constant fight between keeping costs down and going green. Okay, so here's the deal for heavy industries. It's a classic catch-22, you know? On one side, they use a ton of energy, which means they're at the mercy of wild, unpredictable electricity prices. But on the other side, there's this massive pressure to cut their carbon footprint. They're basically stuck between a rock and a hard place. They need something that's cheaper and greener, not one or the other.
So when you have a problem this big, you need a seriously bold idea. And that idea came from one person, a real expert in the field. Let's dig into his story a little bit.
So the guy behind this is Eduardo Tiravanti, and when you look at his journey, you see this wasn't some overnight idea. No way. This is the results of 40 years grinding it out in the energy industry. He gets his engineering degree way back in '83, starts his own energy consulting firm in 2004, and then, in 2018, things really start to click. He gets some funding, builds his first portable river prototype, fast forward to 2023, he wins another award, and boom, he's got a working pilot. This is literally a lifetime of work all coming together.
Okay, so we've got the problem, we've got the inventor. Now for the really cool part. How in the world does this portable river actually work?
All right, the tech itself is called the Energetik Heart. And what it is, it's basically a tiny, self-contained hydroelectric plant that runs in a closed loop. That portable river nickname, it's perfect. It's like you can just drop this thing in a factory's backyard, and it starts pumping out clean power all day, every day. So you're probably asking, how does a closed loop make extra energy? Well, that's the secret sauce. It's a really clever cycle. It all starts with water in 2 tanks. But here's the magic trick, step 2. They use this unique hydro-pneumatic system. It takes just a tiny bit of energy to create this incredibly high-pressure jet of water. That jet is so powerful, it spins a turbine, just like the ones in a giant dam, and that generates electricity. And here's the genius part. The electricity you get out is way more than the little bit of energy you put in. That difference, that surplus, is what powers the client's factory. And, the founder's vision here is so much bigger than just one power plant. He's talking about a real decentralized energy revolution. The whole idea is to empower companies one by one to go green, slash their costs, and just gradually unplug from the old traditional power grid. So yeah, the tech is awesome, but honestly, the business model might be even more revolutionary. And this is super important because it's probably not what you're thinking. You know how it usually works, right? A company buys electricity and just prays the price doesn't go through the roof, while Stilar just throws that whole model out the window. They come in, they install the plant, and the client doesn't buy the power at all. Instead, they just pay Stilar 40% of the money they save on their energy bill. Let that sink in. There's no upfront cost for the client, there's zero risk, and they are guaranteed to save money from the very first day. It's a total no-brainer. And with business model that good, the potential for growth is just insane. I mean, look at their own projections. They see revenue jumping from less than 200 grand in year 2 to over $60 million by year 10. That's the kind of crazy growth curve you get when you offer customers a solution that's totally scalable and has zero risk. Now, for anyone looking to invest or any big industrial client, there's one number that really matters: the payback period. And the business plan says the initial investment for one of these plants pays for itself in just 3 years. In the world of giant industrial projects, believe me, a 3-year payback is incredibly fast. That's super attractive. Okay, so cool tech, smart business model, it all sounds amazing on paper. But is it real? Is anyone actually biting? Well, let's take a look at the traction they're getting in the real world. Yeah, this isn't just some startup with a PowerPoint and a dream. Stiller is already having serious conversations with the heavy hitters in the industry. We're talking mining giants, like Compañía de Minas Buenaventura and Nexa Resources.
These guys have signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, so they can get a confidential, behind-the-scenes look at the pilot plant and all its data.
And it's not just them. Take a look. These are the actual signed agreements with other major companies, like Motritek and Compañía Minera Condestable. So this isn't just hype. This is real, tangible proof that big companies who desperately need this kind of solution are taking it very, very seriously. And on top of all that, Stilar Energy is a legitimate, fully operational company. I mean, this right here is their official 2024 financial statement filed with the tax authority in Peru. It shows they have assets of over 600,000 soles. So the foundation is solid, they're ready to build. So what's next on the agenda? Right now, they're on the hunt for what they're calling a pioneer client. This is going to be the very first company to get a full industrial-scale installation. This is the big step, moving the tech from a successful pilot to a full-blown commercial product. Which brings us all the way back to that first big question, a portable river, generating clean, cheap power exactly where it's needed most. When you think about it, the groundbreaking tech, that no-brainer business model, and the serious interest from major industries. Well, Stilar Energy is making a really compelling case that the future of industrial energy might literally fit inside a box.